But it's like something
So
Disney.
Weird block with crap coming off it, or dress?
I seriously don't care anymore.
Let's figure out what this dress is about.
But Disney is like trying to like methodically remove all ties to it, won't re-release it, never put it back out. They're trying to completely.
This is the first VR game I'm playing when I buy my VR shit.
But like Disney is the like, you know how they re-release everything every handful of years to keep.
All right, I'll ask your opinion. Do you think it's raining in the level now because it's raining in the other world, or do you think this level just happened to also be raining? Because the last level was raining too.
I would say it has to be because it's raining in the real world.
Because that's cool. Almost either way, but it's more cool if it's because it's raining in the real world.
Because it started raining.
Because the rain's really fucking cool.
It started raining
when it started raining in the real world, or in the her other world.
It has to be because we haven't been going in order.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Do you think it's a coincidence that I picked the raining levels? Or
I couldn't imagine.
Is it raining because it's raining?
I couldn't imagine it being a coincidence.
I mean, it's absolutely possible. I don't like to assume that.
I mean, that would be the craziest coincidence.
Like 5 levels, and we just happen to pick 2 of them that are raining. Or is it? Yeah.
But back to back?
I don't know.
With no rain before?
I do love this rain.
This one looks more like rain on this level, though.
Part of the reason I wanted to keep playing this is I want to bring up one of the problems I have with these artsy games. I love artsy games. I love them.
I like that background.
I love them a lot. But I find they have a tendency to hide or focus too much on the arts part of the game, like the art and the music.
Mm-hmm.
That they don't have gameplay-wise as much depth as some of the, the Binding of Isaacs of the world that are more focused on being the best fucking video game in the world.
Well, I wouldn't say Binding Isaacs that way. That might be one of the buggiest games we've ever played.
No, I meant like depth, like gameplay-wise, where like the reason you come back is because the gameplay.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of these games, and I'm not necessarily this one because I'm loving this one, but like some of the other ones, the gameplay depth isn't there.
Yeah, the gameplay secondary to the art and storytelling.
Like they're showing
depending
you
on which way they went with the game.
They have like the colors and the graphics, and they're cool, but then when you start playing them, you're like, there's no gameplay hook. And I kind of like there's a few of them. I don't want to name names because it's it's whatever. But there's a couple of these games that I've come across where like I thought they were really visually interesting at first and like a good experiment, but then when I got into them I was like, yeah, I had enough. I was like, that was cool, that was a cool effect they came up with, that was a cool idea, but
my only problem with this one is
I'm fucking loving this.
Hold on, well, let me at least say my problem is that there doesn't have, I mean, there is a story, but it's not very apparent at all.
I actually hate some of the artsy games that have had really forced fucking stories. I've been kind of obnoxious, really pretentious. Like that color one we played.
Yeah,
that was super pretentious with all the fucking like, the first color man saw was red or whatever.
Right,
like,
this feels like it's trying to tell a decent story about her looks like to be mother being abusive. And maybe it's also
it's probably because we're not paying attention, though.
No, but it's
I mean, the game's giving you a lot of credit for being like smart enough to figure it out yourself.
I think too, it's kind of a make what you want of the story too. Like, what do you view the story? You know what I mean?
Right. I don't think we paid enough attention to really like get the story, but it's there. I don't know. I think it's something you like. I don't know, pay more attention when I attempt to VR the fuck out of it, which might not go well.
This might be a hard game to VR.
I'll find out. I'm not even gonna attempt to play it again until I get the fucking shit. I got other games I want to play. But I think
You need it.
I thought I fucked it up already. Nah, I fucking jumped and knew I fucked it up the second time. But it takes a lot of balls to make a game like this. Like clearly on paper they were like, this is not a lowest common denominator game. This is not appealing to your typical video game consumer. It is a challenging game to sell. So to put money, a budget into, make something like this, I applaud the effort. Like,
I mean, I could agree with that, but I'd have to know what the actual budget is on this game, or like
any budget for this.
What I'm saying though is, if it didn't cost very much to make,
I'm sure it did. I mean, it's not a cheap game to make.
It doesn't look.
It took a development studio. Well, you're mixing aesthetics up with the engine. The engine runs smooth. It's not.
Well, I'm not playing it, so I can't tell you how the engine runs.
It takes a level builder. I mean, it takes art, it takes music. All the animation takes effort.
Because I've played games that are a lot more in depth than this, that were made by one or a couple of people. But what I'm saying though is, a game like this, to me, feels almost less of a stretch than, like, for a studio, if they didn't put depending on how much money they put into it, than a big AAA title where if it does flop, I mean, you're losing potentially everything. Yeah, but see,
those guys are flopping usually because they fucking cheap out the last moment. They don't go all the way. Like, can't feel bad when fucking the last Call of Duty flopped because they didn't make the game that they tried so hard to make a game for the masses. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't make a quality game.
Well,
I don't feel sorry for them.
Is what I'm saying though is,
these guys clearly didn't say, we didn't make a game to sell.
What I'm saying though is, this is a niche studio. I mean, they're making a niche game for a niche group of people. And they're bankrolled by Sony, so I mean, it doesn't feel like as much of a risk, because knowing that they're bankrolled by Sony, I mean,
they could be shut down.
I mean, I realize that, but
Sony could come along and be like, you guys are wasting our fucking money, or, hey, you guys did good on that last game, now we want to make a generic fucking dude bro game so you can make some money for it.
Right. No, I agree with that, but you know what I mean, like, I don't know how to explain it.
What I'm saying though is, they clearly made a product they wanted to make instead of making a product that was going to sell.
Right. But
so that takes balls in an industry that's filled with products that people are just trying to sell.
There's a lot of video games that are made like this though too. I mean, the entire marketplace is flooded with indie games that are kind of weird and off.
Some of those indie games are just cash grab attempts at becoming whatever fad's popular and get in time.
That's very true. Like roguelikes right now?
Yeah. Like everybody trying to make Minecraft style games.
Well, right now it's gone back to like roguelikes. Everyone's trying to make games like Binding of Isaac.
I told her not to eat all them beads. Now she's choking on them.
Or making games that are not roguelites and call them a roguelite.
Who did that?
That Topple Seed game's not a roguelite. One we're gonna play.
Tumbleseed?
Yeah, Tumbleseed.
I mean, it is a roguelike. It's just not. You soured on that game quick. You were like, I got this cool game I want to show you, and then like... So she getting pissed off and breaking her own beads? This is how Batman's parents died.
I was thinking the same thing.
So their parents fought, and it looks like probably got a divorce of some kind.
It looks like the mom was abusive, which I do appreciate hearing that story.
Instead of being the dad again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like too often you see the dad abusive storyline when...
Well, I mean, it is more common because guys are assholes.
But it is it is pretty common as well to have abusive mothers.
I'm just saying that if you were gonna pick a majority violent half of our society,
well, no, but I'm saying though is
keep dancing, baby. You know what they look like, and it looks really painful. They look like little pins you put in maps.
Yeah. Push pins.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of push pins.
But this is showing the way that when people have abusive mothers, the way they're abusive, and they're mental. It's kind of a mental war game than a physical war game.
Yeah, because bitches be crazy.
Especially with women and their mothers.
Yeah, there was a lot of that in this household. Not from me. From this household, from the grandparents that lived here. That's why my mom didn't want to come back to this place.
Right.
Yep. But, people all lead complex lives with emotional roller coasters.
We're on one.
And,
oh, that's what's up with the tape. It's an emotional roller coaster is what it's showing you.
I think it's just a way to get her to the next part of the level after she dances.
I view it as the twists and turns of life. The climbing up this way is very uncomfortable.
The music climax is pretty cool. I'm pretty positive that it's only raining now because it's raining in the real world.
Oh, I'm 100%.
Because I feel like, as cool as it looks, I don't think it was needed for the aesthetic of this level. So I think they just added the rain to the game.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of these levels that it almost wouldn't.
The vibrating there when the level explodes at the end,
mm-hmm.
Fucking love it every time it happens. It's fucking nuts. It's a cool effect. Bravo, whoever came up with that. That's totally like a crazy ass mental breakdown moment. I guess this is probably the kids are getting sent to 2 different parents. Or something. Crying kid. Oh, what? I didn't expect that. I didn't make it to the door yet.
You never make it to the door.
And she's like, I'm not even going to finish this fucking memory. Peace. Hey, it's sunny.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Is there amazing beaches in Philadelphia?
I don't know. I've never been to Philadelphia.
Alright, so I gotta find out where the next place is. I gotta go fucking hang out.
The house.
So I can get to my next fucking final chapter or whatever the story.
It's the final countdown.
You know what I hate about the beach?
Huh?
Walking on it when the fucking sand's hot as fuck. It's the worst feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, sand in general just fucking sucks.
I'd like to feel the sand.
I hate it. Getting sand everywhere. I hate walking on hot sand because I've had to do that a couple times. I'm pretty sure this was the first page at one point, and I went to the back. Oh god damn it! There's more than one page left. I thought there was only one page left. I went to the back and started from the back, and then went forward.
There's 3 pages left, dude. I don't have 3 pages of this game left.
I don't think there's 3 pages left. There's that page and that page.
2. Go one more.
That's the back. That's the back page. That's not the page though.
I bet you it's gonna be the final level.
Because that's what that image is. See, when you tear it out, it's going to be those 2 images. Is this a fucking stage? I don't think this is a stage. I think that's just the intro. I think it's only this page left. See that X pops up?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a stage. Alright. We're going to do one more episode of this. Just one. So if it's the final stage, is the final stage. See you on the next episode.